Welcome to Halas Hall Report, live every Saturday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time and Sunday mornings at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Live talking Chicago Bears football with Mike the Bear Fan. And your host, Ken Dobb. Also on the panel, we have the football analyst, Woody, who is named for the Woody wrap-up on game days. Next on the panel, we have Bear Down Mike. He is the youngest, but don't be fooled. This guy knows this Bear squad. He can bring a different insight. Halas Hall Report breaks down the Chicago Bears team all year long, from the offseason through the draft. Also, the legend of tailgating, Billy Defense Flores, joins the crew live at 1st and 10 tailgating. You can find him at all home games at Soldiers Field. Also, the Bear Fan, who has been here since the first year of Halas Hall Report, welcome Bear Fan Dan, where he is known for studs and duds after every game. You can find them on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Roku if you have a TV. They are all over social media. You won't find no better sources for Chicago Bears news like injury reports, team updates for breaking news for all the good and the bad the team does. Halas Hall Report will be live for the 6th season. And they are teaming up with the best sports podcast out on social media.
This is Northeast Streaming Sports.
And it's post-draft Chicago Bears football talk, and we've got Woody. What's up, brother?
Nothing. It's cold and damp down here. Like it, love it. It sucks.
And of course, we got Mike the Bear Fan working the magic behind the scenes right now. I'm sure he'll pop in a minute. So, Woody, I know you missed some of the draft stuff. I was on the road too, and we're going to get to the draft. But, you know, it wouldn't be the Bears if there wasn't drama when there's not supposed to be drama, right?
Oh, boy.
So, stadium update. Actually, it wasn't the Chicago taxpayers. The Governor Pritzker, came out and said, hey, we're not paying for a stadium down in the city. Like this beautiful picture they released like a couple days before the draft, right? With that nice little video and the way they made Soldier Field like into a park. And Pritzker comes out in typical Pritzker fashion. Well, we're not going to pay anything. We're not going to give them a penny. We're not giving them a dime. So guess what that means, Woody?
Soldier Field.
Arlington is back on the table.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I want to get out there this year, like I was saying. I went to, like I said, 31 Bears games, was not out in Chicago yet. So I wanted to get out there. You know, Arlington Heights. When I seen the dome, I was like, that's not Chicago. I mean, yeah, the tailgaters will have the same weather outside and stuff like that. They want to probably host the Super Bowl. That's why they want to do a dome. And it wasn't a retractable dome. It was a closed dome roof, correct? So,
yeah, and the thing with the parking, though, like, I don't know where Billy would go because with the new stadium, all the parking is underground.
Oh, my God. So, yeah, like I said, I'm going to have to get out there this year. I know it's going to be a couple years, whatever, but can't wait. I'm waiting for that schedule to come out next week. I think it's May 9th, and I'll be making my plans.
Yeah, Thursday the schedule comes out, and the drama over where that we will put a stadium will probably go on for another. You know, I would hope they would have it done by camp, like have a decision made. You know, it's going to be downtown. It's going to be Arlington. I think they should just go to Arlington regardless. Look, if you're the Bears and you're looking, go to Arlington versus a new lakefront property. Okay, Arlington, I own it. I host the Super Bowl, I get paid. I host WrestleMania, I get paid. I do Monster Truck Jam, I get paid. I have a concert, I get paid. Downtown, the city owns everything. They host the Super Bowl, I get bumpkins. We host the WWE, you know, WrestleMania, I make nothing. We have a monster truck rally, yeah, zero. So, you know what? The dome is going to happen regardless. And Greg's like, hey, the dome makes sense, and it does. It does for generating revenue year round.
Not in Chicago.
In the stadium. Well, we say that because of, you know, we want to be outdoors and play outdoor bear down, fair weather football. And I agree with you. The problem with retractable dome is this: cost goes up exponentially if you make it retractable versus a full-time dome. So that's probably why they don't do it. And the only other thing I don't like about the dome is, like, I don't want turf. I want natural grass. like, oh, we just lost Woody. I want natural grass on my field. I don't want this AstroTurf, tear ACLs, hurt people. There, yeah, Woody's back. I don't want this turf that where all these guys are gonna get injured, right? I want natural grass. So don't give me a dome with turf. If you're gonna give me a dome, still give me natural grass. They can do it. But I think Woody, the reason they'll do retractable is just it's cost prohibitive.
Okay, hey, Rob. Thanks for joining us, bud. Question for you. What if Green Bay goes to a dome? You're not going to be a Packer fan anymore, are you? Just say no.
I'm going to still be a Packer fan,
Come
but
on.
I don't like the dome either, man. I don't think you got to go to a dome, but I mean, if you're gonna sell it or you're gonna use it year round and do it like that, I mean, I guess you can join the Jerry Joneses of the world and all those other teams who do it. I guess.
Well, if we have a 100-yard TV, I might as well do it.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, you want to protect the TV. I mean, yeah. Are you guys gonna put? Are they gonna put a fucking
Who knows?
Bro, that's so awesome. It's so awesome at Dallas, man. I've been there a couple times. It's so awesome, bro.
Well, dude, they better go all out. If they're doing anything, they better go all out. It's like a fully loaded F-150. Go all out.
So you've been to Dallas, Rob, so you totally understand the projecting screen that's above the 50-yard line.
Like, that makes for the whole thing, bro. That makes for the whole thing.
Yeah, but punters can hit that thing.
You need that TV, bro. You need that.
You got to get rid of the bottom of it a little bit.
How Atlanta – Look how Atlanta did their stadium. Look how SoFi was done. I think we're going to be looking more like SoFi or Mercedes-Benz than we would AT&T. Because first off, Jerry's going to do stuff like that. But if you look at the way they built SoFi, it has a big screen, but it doesn't have to be 80-yard screen. I mean, they're going to do a dome though because it's more cost efficient.
Greg, please. Go get married. Go out to dinner.
He did get married.
I know he did. Yeah. Act like a married couple. You have a dome. You play outside, then you'll think differently. Jesus Christ. And Caleb Williams is not the answer. Go ahead, Ken.
Hey, Greg, if you want to defend yourself, I'll send you the link, bud.
Yeah, come on, Greg. You can come on. We haven't heard from the stat master in a while. But I mean, so that's a drama right now. It wouldn't be the Bears off season if there wasn't some kind of drama going on, whether or not we're going to be on Hard Knocks or not, which we're going to talk about tomorrow, or it's going to be a stadium deal, or how I like the draft, I don't like the draft, or how there's always something with this team, which is fine. At least it gives us as podcasters something to talk about. But the stadium thing was supposed to be done already.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Chicago's new mayor comes in and saves the day, and then the governor says, "Wait a minute, hold my beer." No, I did it.
Well, look how long Ted Phillips was talking about it. He thought he was going to be the master behind this plan. Nope. Retired or voluntary leave, as we hear it. So.
Okay, Greg says, before we give Lambeau Dome, can we get a longer runway?
No, but we better be low. We better have a stronger roof than Minnesota. Obviously, we know what happened to them, but yeah, I mean, I was never out of Chicago yet, so I'm just going off on what people. No, the 31 Bears games, I was never out there yet.
Oh man, that's
so. It'll be this.
Man, Packer fans got some shit on you, bro.
So I'll be like Rudy's father. I'll probably be crying when I climb up the steps, but I haven't been out there yet, but so seeing the crowd there, they're bundled up, they're going nuts. I just can't see anything different than that.
So you said you're going to a game, Woody, this year?
What's that?
You said you're going to a game this year?
Yeah, I'm waiting until the game's in October. I know we're playing in
Jesus, October
13th.
They're so weak.
Well, whichever game
that's the wife, man.
Let me know.
This is the guy talking about putting a dope in. He's like, you're so weak.
No, Rob, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, if you're going to talk about, it needs to be outdoors, go to a game in December, right? And then come back and talk to me about it.
I'll bring the wife in here. I'll let you ask her. She wants to go too. So
tolerable.
Well, there you go.
Whichever game it is, Woody, let me know. I'll go to that game too.
All right. Yeah, I know they're playing October 13th overseas, and obviously that's a home game for us because now we have 9 home games. So that's a home game overseas. So hopefully, end of October, maybe the first week of October, who knows? And I'll make those plans.
But I've been going to Bears games at Soldier Field since '85. I went to Old Soldier, then I went to Soldier when the spaceship landed in it, which we know now. I've been there nice weather. I've been there freezing cold, where like just hot chocolate going and stay warm. I look at outdoor Bears football. It's always a mantra come playoff time, right? We do it. Green Bay does it. For money generation, revenue generation, if you would, revenue generation, and ability to host things all year. That's why there's the non-retractable dome. It's cost efficient. They can make money on it year round. And if I'm the Bears, I'm like, you know what? All right, Illinois, we gave you a shot to keep it downtown. You done screwed it up. Thank you, Governor Pritzker. And we're going to Arlington Heights because we own the property and we control our own destiny there.
Might as well move the Blackhawks there too.
Yeah, you could.
Who else is going in the Hall this year that's going to be your opponent? You guys are playing in the Hall of Fame game. You get an extra preseason game this year.
Yeah. We talked about that a couple weeks ago. So we get the old school 4, which
versus the Texans. There you go. Okay,
yeah, the
cool.
Texans.
Yeah, so we'll have the bobblehead. We'll have the Chia Pet versus Stroud. So
the Chia Pet, is that what you're calling him?
Yep.
I love it.
We might as well get into it because we haven't heard Woody yet. So that was our first rounders, and they're at Halas getting their nice pictures. Here's some stuff on Caleb, of course.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, numbers on him.
I don't want to see the college numbers. I don't want to see the college numbers.
I mean, they're not.
It's not college numbers. It's PFF.
PFF.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
PFF.
those are college numbers on the left, right?
They don't.
So
they're
Woody.
still PFF.
So
36.
Woody,
I mean,
hold on, Woody. What do you think of the number 1 pick overall in the draft?
Anybody knows me, I don't like it, but there's probably 90% people out there that are going to hate me and go against me, but I don't give a fuck. So
like before you guys took them, over half the fan base didn't want them. So I don't understand how.
See, and then during the draft, you guys were watching the draft, of course. They were talking all about Caleb Williams. Then they had the little segment for Jaden Daniels. I'm like, holy fuck, it could happen. It could happen. Nope, didn't happen. And you know what pisses me off even more is that Jaden Daniels in Washington, they didn't gel there. He didn't feel like he was at home there. And I was like, oh my God, this is you don't want to know how I was feeling. But they said Caleb Williams' name, and I was like, whatever. It's you can draft his ego, you can draft his dad, get ready for it, and we'll see. Now, if he does great, if he has a great season, gets us in the playoffs, or maybe even over 500, well, we got to get in the playoffs this year to change my mind about this guy. And I definitely got to change my mind. If we don't get in the playoffs, at the end of the year, you know what I'm going to say to you, Ken? Told you so.
So Woody,
what's your guys'
Ryan Poles did say he's been waiting a month to say it. Caleb Williams said he's been waiting 5 months. So Poles already knew this 30 days ago. And from what they're having the hype on the kid, if he's even half of what they're all saying, that's all we need is an average quarterback with the weapons that he has.
So none of those rumors are true about, I want to own half the team, blah, blah, blah.
I haven't seen none of that. I seen more of what color his fingernails are, but
yeah, and it did prove it.
Back in the Bulls days, so I don't care if he paints his nails, wears a dress, as long as he throws for 4,000 yards.
Well, listen, I don't need a Dennis Rodman in the locker room either.
Well,
So Woody, let me ask you a question, though.
He tickles his butt with a feather.
So, Woody, let me ask you a question. Is playoffs your expectation to quantify success for what Foles did at the quarterback position in the draft this year?
I think, it wasn't our defense last year. I mean, in the beginning it was with it blowing the leads and stuff like that. But at the end of the year, our defense, number 1 rushing, blah, 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 we came on strong. And now with Caleb Williams, with these weapons, you got to think if Caleb Williams is definitely coming in a situation that, you're set. You're not going there, being, a Jordan Love with no receivers, but, sophomore slump. But anyway, he's coming into a great situation. If he can't succeed with this situation, I'm going to say again, I told you so.
Because here's what we do at 9. I actually predicted this one.
Oh,
People said I was
Ken,
crazy.
please. You said about 15 mock drafts. Please.
Well, some certain Packer fans thought I was crazy when I said that we would do this, because they were hell bent that we were trading back. And look, in the Packer fans' defense, I'll give them some credit, because the old Bears would have traded back.
Yep, I thought.
But Poles is trying to break the cycle, break the mold. So, Bears fans knew better. Just because we've been so we all go out and we get Roma Dunya. So what's your take on the Odunze on picking Roma?
I think it's a great pick. I think he's the most versatile wide receiver in the draft, even over Harrison and over what's his name, Neighbors. So it was a good pick, but I did think about the old Bears. What we'll do is that we needed one of these great edge rushers. So I thought that we would trade the 9 pick to like 13 or 12, whatever, and we can either get, and how does it feel, Dallas Turner going to Minnesota? I wanted to ask you that, Ken.
Stefanski, have you seen the picture of Stefanski when they told him? When they told Stefanski they were giving, he's like, what?
Yeah, I know.
Really? We're getting him?
Yeah. His interview was like, I don't want to be here. But I thought we'd get either Verse or Dallas Turner trading down. But if that was one of our needs, and is Rome, I know with Keenan Allen and DJ Moore, is he still going to get thrown in the fire because he's a clear number 3 right off the bat?
Yeah, he'd be a 1 almost anywhere else.
Yeah.
But I think what's great I like to pick for several reasons. One, if Keenan Allen's a 1-year deal, cool, then you still got a dual threat next year. And then if 2 years from now, if you can't re-sign DJ Moore, you still have a number 1 on your roster for at least 3 more years, right? So you protect yourself for 5 years, making sure you have a legit wide receiving target the next 5 years, regardless of what you do with Keenan Allen or DJ Moore. Now, do I think they'll re-sign Keenan Allen? I think it depends on how the season goes, to be honest. I think there's a possibility there. And DJ Moore, how much is he going to want out of the piggy bank? So once again, it's going to come down to cost. So I like the pick for that. And this year, yeah, you've got a 3-headed monster that it's like, okay, who do you cover? And what makes it worse is you got Cole Kmet coming out of the tight end position. DeAndre Swift, who's a much better receiving running back than anyone we had last year. So, you're right. When we say, weapons, here are the weapons.
Did you go get my plug?
And that doesn't even have Kmet on there. Either of our tight ends on that graphic. And
we got Everett too.
So, and he's been a quarterback's. He's been on nothing but be a quarterback's best friend his entire career.
But like I said, I was afraid too. Sorry to cut you off, about all these weapons and stuff like that. Remember when Justin Fields came in the league and we drafted him? He favored 1 receiver.
Yeah.
1. Now we have 3 solid receivers, well, including Rome. But then we got Kmet and Everett that are veterans. So hopefully he doesn't favor 1 guy, because there's too many superstars on this offense. So that's another thing I'm nervous about.
I think, though, they always end up favoring 1 guy, but I don't mind if it's 1 guy a game. So, like, we go in the Packers week, and the Packers are all worried about DJ Moore. And let's say they double up on DJ, and they're like, well, we have to respect, Keenan, so we're going to try to double up the protection on him. Rome's a rookie, prove it. So maybe he favors Rome for that week. But then he has a big week. So the next week we get the Lions. The Lions are like, oh, you got to watch Odunze because he just torched the Packers last week. So, and DJ torched us last year. So now maybe next week he's favoring Keenan or he's favoring the tight end / running back combo.
Well, I want him to not favor anybody any week. I want him to throw to open receivers that can get open. Right. That's
Well,
No,
that's
no,
what
I
I mean.
agree. But to say a little bit about the Keenan Allen, he coming off his best season? Yeah, he's a little older, but do you know where he was playing at last season to make his best season of his career?
where he was playing.
Yeah.
Slot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only
So
played
don't be
13
surprised
games,
he'd
too.
be in the slot more and a Dunze take the number 2 over.
Well, yeah, Rome is a big boy.
Yeah.
People don't know that.
So I mean, it's going to be. I mean, Rob. I mean, when you're looking at this Bears receiving core and tight end core and running back core, all the hands that Caleb can throw the ball. I know as a Packer fan, you're going to be sitting there going, "Well, crap. If Caleb is legit and is what everyone thinks he is, we're in fucking trouble, right? Because who do you cover? You can't cover
I
everyone.
think you get more. I think you guys get more competitive. I mean, look, man. We drafted defense. We drafted like 3 safeties and a corner and 2 linebackers. We drafted to defend against what you guys are talking about.
Yeah,
I mean,
but we got to get excited. We never had a 4K thrower.
yeah.
But you got rookies,
We
though.
have all the weapons in the world.
And maybe you get one this year. Honestly, I don't know that he's going to be that this year, but by year 2 or 3, for sure, he's going to be that. And I'm not. To ask me, I'm not scared of the competition. There's been. I mean, maybe you guys have never had this kind of competition, but other teams have, and we've gone up.
No, we have, Rob. But I guess what I'm saying is, like, as a Packer fan, I mean, look, a couple years ago, Jay Cutler had that offense that was number 2 in the league, right? I mean, the defense just was putrid. Now you come to a Bears team that has a good defense, and now as you look at your defense and you have drafted improvements, but can you honestly sit there and say, with your defensive backfield the way it is, your linebacking core the way it is, that one of these guys, be it Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, or Roma Dunze, won't find the seam to be wide open for? And if Caleb is what we think we are, that's problematic for every team, not just Green Bay. So I mean, we'll see.
The only guy that's given us a problem on that, I mean, maybe Allen has when he played for the Chargers, but I mean, your boy didn't do nothing last year to us. I mean,
Rob, I understand what you're saying, Rob, about drafting and stuff like that. But these are rookies that you guys are going to have to cover these veterans and stuff like that. Like Rome is the only rookie that we have.
We had no but rookies last year on our offense, bro. I mean,
well, I'm talking about defense.
I understand. We still have Savage there. We still have Valentine's back for a second year. They're expecting him.
Wait,
to
you're
move
counting
up.
Savage?
Huh?
You're like the only Packer fan that counts Savage.
He's counting. They're counting him.
Rob wants Kevin King back. That's what he wants.
No, I don't want Kevin King. We got Kalen King. Maybe he's a relative. I don't really know. But apparently Kalen King's got some skills that we haven't seen yet. I mean, he's a 7th rounder. We always find some good guys in the late rounds, but I mean, yes, you guys are going to be more competitive. I've already said that. You guys have upgraded across the board at every position on offense. I mean, on the line, tight end, running back, wide receiver, quarterback.
Jeez.
I mean, there isn't a position on the offense you didn't upgrade, and if you don't get 10 wins, it is a fail. I'm going to agree with that.
And do you remember the Bears ever doing that ever?
No,
what, failing? Yes,
but I've never seen you guys with like $200 million either to start off the season. So
well,
I mean,
look at Rob.
I mean, you guys had a ton of money, man. You guys
not no 200 because we were a bunch of studs.
Rob,
he said 200 million.
Rob may be overstating our money, but he does bring us to a good segue. Thank you, Rob. He brings us to a great segue.
Rob, 200 million.
I've never seen the Bears.
Like 180, whatever.
I've never seen the Bears do this either.
You guys are like one of the top teams going into the season with that kind of money.
Pick 1 and pick 2. We went offense, and then we went pick 3, and we stayed offense.
Now we're the smartest team in the league.
Look at typically the Bears by now we're picking some kind of defensive player, right? No, what do? We go out, get another old lineman, a Ivy Leaguer, hometown guy. His numbers, actually, I think we've got his numbers here. Now we just have what he can play. But he did not allow a sack for the last season and a half of his collegiate career. And if you have not seen the video of when Poles, if you did not see the Ryan Poles video that the Bears released when they called him, they call him up and he's like, hey, Kieran, what's up? Like, hey, You in Hinsdale? Like he was gonna come over and like have a drink, right? And then of course he told him, yeah, you're gonna be a Chicago Bear. But the third pick, Woody, I know you've got to like it. We went with an old line guy.
Well, he's the smartest guy in the league. Now we're the smartest team. Now,
Yes.
see, these are the type of players that I think that really have to prove themselves because I look back at their college conference they play in, so it's not like a SEC offensive lineman. Who knows? This guy could be the best offensive lineman, better than Sewell. Who knows? Who knows? But he's going to have to prove himself as well. And then we'll keep going because I like even the next draft pick even better.
Yeah, I think he's, this year we'll see a little bit of him. I don't think he's I don't think he's a guy who's gonna, set the world on fire this year, but he's gonna be a solid piece for a couple of years to come. I like that's another hometown kid. The problem with him playing at Yale is obviously that's not the best Division I football out there. So
Nope.
it's harder to grade him. But look, we stayed offense. And then, for the last pick that we thought we were going to have of the day, right? Because there'll be more in the third round. And this, I know we're Rob and some of our Packer fans were like just laughing at us. But wait, there's my graphic. We went and got Tory Taylor,
best punter in the nation.
Now look, here's some things about Tory Taylor from Iowa. Second punter last 10 years to be drafted early. The last one before him was drafted at 70. But look at the Bears.
Yep.
We were almost dead last in net punting last year.
Thanks, Gil.
Gil got cut already.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: Tory Taylor was, by all accounts and purposes, for people who watch Iowa football, was the best offensive weapon that the Hawkeyes thought they had because their defense was really good. So he had the ability to pin these guys at, 5-10 yard line, pin them deep. It's another offensive weapon. So at the fourth pick, once again, we stayed offensive weapon. And I know Rob's laughing, so go for it.
Weapon.
But you forgot the best part.
No, can I say it?
Williams texted
I know.
Taylor and said, "Don't worry, bud. You're not going to be
Yeah.
punting much."
I mean, that was fun. That was funny and all. But look, at now when we punt, we were pretty much worse in the league. This guy's the best kicker. Was the best kicker in college football this year. He can flip the field. Rob, as a Green Bay fan, should understand the importance of that because I remember a game, 2 years ago, where we'd get to the 40, but every time we'd stop you, you'd pin us deep. We couldn't do anything because we were pinned deep every time. There's that demoralizes offenses, and uplifts your offense. So he's still a weapon, and they went out and got a weapon. I know some fans, for some teams, are like, well, but when they look back at their own team and look at their punters when they were able to be that good, effective for them, it makes a huge impact.
You guys got him at the end of the draft because nobody else drafted a punter. You guys wasted a pick on him, and then you came back in the fifth round and.
Well, I'll get to the fifth round in a minute. We'll get to the fifth round in a minute, Rob. Rob, I can answer your question because I watched Ryan on the Pat McCaffrey show the other day, and Pat asked him the same thing. Like, dude, love the kicker. Obviously, Pat's a kicker. He's like, but fourth round. And he's like, Poles was like, we figured that he'd be gone by the fifth. They had strong indications that he would not be there by the fifth. So he said, I pulled the trigger because look, we were dead last. We didn't think this guy would make it around much longer. And then, we go back into the fifth round and we get this edge rusher from Kansas he said the only reason we went back is we were surprised he was still on the board. So we gave up a fourth rounder for next year, which we had multiple. And then we got an edge rusher who's got tremendous amount of upside. Came out of college maybe a little early for some people. Some people say if this kid would have stayed another year, he'd be a second, third round pick next year for sure. But that was what Poles said to Pat on his show 2 days ago. More especially in terms of getting the kicker. He's like, they didn't think he was going to make it out of the fourth round. Kid's that good.
Yeah, that's 40 solo tackles. Is that what his stat was? 40.
The next stat line there.
Yeah, 40 solo tackles, 8 sacks. we need somebody to hit that quarterback. So again, here's another player that's going to get thrown in the fire, but we do need to go after that quarterback this year. Definitely.
Aren't you guys going to go back and pick up what's his name?
There, you know what? Yeah, Yannick.
Ngakwe?
Yeah, Ngakwe. Yannick Ngakwe.
I would give him $1 million.
I mean, I saw a couple articles on it, and Mike, can you throw up the money again? I'm not sure where you buried it. Because I went to PFF and I went to Spotrac. That was pre-draft, I think. I think post-draft we were supposed to have like 10 or 15 million left. But if I go to Spotrac and all that now, it shows it's like negative 1.5, which like, all right, dude, the only thing that changed from pre-draft to post-draft is we had a 5th-round player. So we paid Ngakwe 10.5 last year, I believe. I think they could re-sign him for less than that. I don't think too many teams are kicking the tires on him. I would not be against us re-signing Yannick on another 1-year deal for $5 or $6 million, like a prove-it deal. Sure, why not?
On pass plays. I get him back on pass plays only.
Yeah. Pass down.
That all season about Yannick.
Yeah, no one said jack about Yannick all season. So
nope.
He might be a guy that we can get at camp when camp starts. And then the undrafted free agent rookies that we signed. I know Woody has got Wood for one of them.
Yep.
Keith Randolph of UI.
Absolutely. Yep. I like him. Hometown guy. Mike, do you got his stats from last year? I think he had 9.5 sacks or something like that.
You said Keith Randolph?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Give me a second.
Okay, one.
I know we lost Justin Jones, so he hopefully he fits in pretty well. Or we get Bly Nichols back, and it would make me happy.
I don't think we're getting Bly Nichols back. So.
Shut up.
And at least we don't have Vildor.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Detroit.
And then with Eddie Jackson signing with Green Bay, I can't wait to see that debacle.
That never happens.
So I mean, look at this draft. While Mike gets those numbers, I mean, dude, we went with 4 picks, and we thought we were done. It was all offensive, and then we go with the defensive after we trade back in. So Woody, I know you're not a big fan of Caleb, but what do you think about the rest of the draft for the Bears?
I like the punter, obviously, because we do need the punter for field position. Yes, Rob, you can laugh it all up you want. Because the Bears like to do those 3 and outs, which Caleb might do, and we need a punter to get down, pin him down. Because with Gill, he had like 39 yards net last year, worst in the league. See ya, it's not helping us out. Like I said, I like the edge rusher we got from Kansas. I was a little bit up in the air about the offensive lineman from Yale. But we'll see. These guys got to prove themselves, but I just don't want them to get thrown in the fire and, not ruin their career, but hurt their start off for their careers too. So we'll see what happens.
You ready for his stats, Woody?
Yeah.
He had 49 total tackles. 20 of them were solo. 4 of them were for losses. He only had a sack and a half last year.
Last year, they must have had a total of something. So I thought I was
played 10 games.
Okay, but he's a hometown boy, so that's all that counts.
So, and then I'll throw this up real quick. The comparison of our team heading into last season, now heading into this season, completely different offense.
Oh my God.
Different offense.
Yeah, I don't know what the hype is. And I heard you before. I don't know what the hype is about DeAndre Swift because of his past injuries. And you said he's a good catcher out of the backfield. Dude, I'm still remembering that Thanksgiving Day game when we beat him and he dropped a wide open pass in the end zone. The Sheagles have one of the best offensive lines. So we'll see how he plays behind this line.
I think, here's the thing with him. I don't think he doesn't have to be the every down back. He doesn't because Khalil Herbert's there, Roshan Johnson's there. But even with Detroit and with Philly, one thing he excelled at was short down and distance games. You need 1 yard, you're on the one and need to get in the end zone. Swift produces there. So he doesn't have to be the guy between the 20s. You could run Roshan or Khalil there. He's got pretty good hands overall. He's one of the better receiving running backs in the league. Lions fans, of course, want to talk smack because he left the Lions, obviously, because they took the Montgomery and the Lions said see ya, and then he went to the Eagles, had a great season there. So they're going to talk their trash. Packer fans, I think they're just kind of like, whatever. You just add another third wheel, whatever. You get hurt a lot, whatever. Look at the new shiny object we got in our backfield, and their shiny object being Brandon Jacobs is very nice. But I think that everyone thinks that he has to be an every down back in Chicago, and he doesn't. Like it's still a three-headed monster. And if I look at DeAndre Swift versus whoever it was we had last year, he's an upgrade. So the running back room gets, it's a little bit better than a lateral move. It gets a little bit better. He does add a little bit more of a mystique too, because everyone thinks DeAndre Swift is a great player around the league. All right, cool. So now you're, maybe you don't, you back off a little bit, or it creates something in the defense that we can take to our advantage. But he doesn't have to be a 1,000-yard, 1,200-yard rusher. He doesn't have to be a three-down back. He can just be a specialty guy who gets 18 touchdowns because he runs them all in from the two. You know what I mean?
It's telling me that maybe DeAndre Swift, if Herbert doesn't work out, maybe replace him. But with all these weapons on offense, and we have a three-headed monster in the backfield, that's telling me that the offense this year will be the first time in, 30, 40 years that the offense is going to be on the field more than the defense in a game.
The last time we had that was Jay Cutler when he had Jeffrey and he had Marshall. You got the power rankings there. Where are we at 11 right now? On the way too early power rankings.
Jesus Christ, that is way too early.
And that's way too high for a Bears team. We're used to being around 20.
Why is Dallas all the way up there? Oh my God! Don't get me started. And the Sheagles at number 2.
Bro, I don't know.
Come the fuck on. Who did those rankings?
I don't pay. Look at they.
Yeah, me, Woody. I'll let you know.
Good God.
The big website's got to have some clickbait. When there's nothing.
That's probably Trent Dilfers.
Yeah, that's a good way to get fans arguing in their comment section. They make money. Right. There we go.
Oh my God. There we go.
When it comes to this offense, I think we're going to see something. All of us in the North, Bears fans, Packer fan, Lions fan, Vikings fans alike, from this Bears team, I don't think we're used to seeing, because look at three-headed monster in the running back room, two-headed monster of the tight end room. Now we got two great tight ends. We got a phenomenal wide receiving core. You might see some weird, exotic looks from this team where you see 3 wideouts, 2 tight ends, and no running back, or 3 wideouts and 2 running backs, and it's a pass play, or 2 receivers, a tight end, 2 running backs, and it's still a pass play, because he's got so many people he can throw to. They can really hide the throw better than they could, and of course they still have to prove a run game. But I think you're going to see a lot of different formations that, as Bear fans, we're not used to seeing.
VC Ken, they're going to be taking away some time from Roshan. Like Roshan, I was a beast when Deontay Foreman went out last year because of his personal reasons, whatever the hell he had, hemorrhoid flare up. But it's taken time away from who's going to be our number 2, probably Herbert, and Roshan Johnson is going to be left out. And I'll be like, why are they getting another running back unless they're going to replace Herbert when his contract is up? So that's what I'm thinking about. No, absolutely not, Matt. Ain't happening.
I think Roshan, though, is a guy that they'll keep bringing along. And if he earns on the field, they'll keep him on the field. But I agree. Roshan, I think, was the steal of the draft for us for last draft.
Because I picked him.
Yeah, and you did pick him. That's correct. I think Roshan's got a huge future. But you know what I like about the situation, though, Woody? The average running back lasts, 3 to 5 years in the NFL? Roshan's going to last a little bit longer because of the way they're doing it early in his career. So he may have more of a Matt Forte-like length career.
Oh, man.
So I think that might bode even better for him and the Bears long term, the way we're doing the running back situation right now.
Well,
Because
you got to think how much playing time did Matt Forte when he was our number one. He was our legitimate number one.
Yeah,
You
Most
guys,
of it.
you guys. I noticed you guys talk like your team's already set. I mean, you're not going to wait till training camp and see how this all plays out because.
Oh yeah, Rob,
we
I
are.
agree with you.
Honestly, if Adunze is as good as they say, fucking Allen's not going to be two. It's going to be Adunze. You know what I'm saying, bro?
No, yeah, Rob.
Allen's
I
an
think what
old
we're
dude,
saying
bro.
is, like, we know in a 3 wide receiver set, though, if it's a 3
Yeah,
wide
no, I get
receiver
that, but
set, we're going to see all 3 of them. With the running back, I think all of it. Like, I start off on the running back situation saying that people think that he has to be an every down back and always injury prone, but we don't know. As far as we know, their plan is short down a distance, goal line type of stuff. That whole running back room is yet to be determined. And I would say I agree with you, Rob. The receiving room. I think the only guy who's secure is DJ Moore knows he's the number one. After that, for 2 or 3.
I respect Rob because Rob, I think how you're thinking right now. Me, I don't think this team is set at all.
Yeah, right, bro.
Like I just said, I don't know. You know, Herbert could beat Swift out for the number one for running back.
Right.
You know, I mean, if Keenan Allen, they're going to put him at slot receiver. Yeah, they're going to give Rome the number 2.
Yeah.
You know, Everett's been in the league how long? A great career, especially you know, with the Chargers. You know, Kmet is in our eyes, is number 1 tight end on our team. Who knows? Everett could beat him out too.
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, even Cody, maybe Cody Parkey could beat out Santos for the field goal. Fucking punk.
Look,
God damn it.
The joke with us is Santos is your guys' MVP.
Nice.
I mean, but like Rob, I agree with you. Like, I don't think our team is set.
No.
There's still going to be some movement. There might be some guys we think are starting who might take a lesser role because another guy beats him in camp. But you know, when we're talking about this, when I speak of this stuff, I'm talking like it could be. You know, I don't think this is set. I'm not being definitive about any of it. But if you look at it right now on paper, that's what it appears to be. So if I'm going to make, you know, I'm making my argument on what it appears to be at this moment in time now. That's not to say it can't change.
I was just making you guys were making me feel like you guys are like, how the fuck did these guys know what their guys are going to be?
No.
Hey, we're still talking. Who's our number 1 wide receiver? We fucking ask a Green Bay fan. You'll get like 5 different answers, bro.
You get 5 answers.
Hey, Rob, during this show, Rob, how many times did I say the players are going to get put in the fire? About 3 times already. But by all means, I don't think this team is set yet. Not at all.
And actually, when it comes to Dunze, they may just make this guy a kick return guy for now. You know, I mean, see, I might be when they do a 2 receiver set, it might be Keenan Allen and DJ Moore because Rome's also doing kicks and punts. I mean,
I think that's less likely with you guys just because you already got rid of Claypool. You've already got rid of fucking name. You guys have already.
I don't like him. I don't like him the last 2 seasons. I don't like him the last 2 seasons, but if I were the Bears, the way he gave us field position, I would definitely put Velus Jones back to punt and kickoff returns.
Yeah.
Keep him on the special teams.
He might be fighting for his job. He might be on the cutting block.
The only thing I don't like about this new kickoff thing is now, I mean, you're never going to have a guy right there in case the punt or kick is muffed. Nobody's going to be even close to picking up the muff. There's going to be way
the onside kicks. All the kicker has to do is kick it 10 yards and kick it get him himself.
Fair game. Yeah.
No, I think I don't know. I think we need to look that up. We've been talking about it on the morning.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which, by the way, everyone's Monday through Friday. Rob and I are on it every day with Packer Backer Ken. Every morning, 10 a.m. Central. Same bat channel. We've been talking about this rule kind of a bit off and on over the last couple of weeks. And I think the way we were understanding the onside kick is pretty much, it's almost like you have to report it to the referee because then you line up the old way to do it. So you're re-telegraphing. So there's going to be no more surprise onside.
Yeah, no. Absolutely. That's stupid.
Yeah. I don't know
And-
anything.
Stupid.
I mean, bro, I wish they quit fucking with the game. You know, the hip drop tackle, all that shit.
But
Stop.
like I said yesterday, I was on. What was it? Yesterday, Ken, I was on your
Yeah.
show.
Yep.
I said the only rule that I like to change is the instant replay of the roughing the passer, because, like I said, a lot of quarterbacks last year's got fucking mangled and they weren't called. So I'm glad they're bringing that in. I mean, I know the quarterback is, you know, a little princess and stuff like that. Now they favor him, but I don't want anybody hurt unless it's Russell Wilson, because we need Justin Fields to play a lot. So
Yeah, we need another 4th round pick versus
yeah,
6.
no.
So I mean, look, we've had, it's been an interesting week. We had a pretty interesting draft so far. The stadium obviously is not as a done deal. You know, here's the funny thing though, that stadium going back to what we started with. You know, we all thought Arlington was a done deal like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. Then all of a sudden, Arlington has issues because there was a political action committee which was paid by the city of Chicago to kind of torpedo the deal in the burbs. They successfully do that. So then this new mayor of Chicago comes in and says, "Oh yeah, we're going to do this." And then,
Lakeside Stadium.
3-4 days before the draft, they come out with this big, beautiful presentation, and then 2 days ago, yesterday, Governor Pritzker comes out. We're not going to give him any money. So now Arlington's back. This is almost the saga. How many teams get the saga with getting a new stadium built? I mean, it's always drama, but this is like seems different type of drama to me.
Yep. Hopefully it doesn't interfere with it. Thank God it doesn't like mess up with the players' fucking heads and shit like that about a stadium. You know, that could really fuck things up. But dude, make up your mind, man. Keep old Soldier Field, please. Just do it. Shut up.
Why not just tear down Soldier Field and put it in your dome right there?
You can't. It's a national monument. You can't tear it down.
Yeah. You'll get. Hey, Lambeau Field will get there one day, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Hey, bro. It's already
I mean,
nice.
well, look,
you've already renovated it, made it even nicer.
Here's what I don't get from the city. Well, they have to keep the team in the city. They have to keep the team in the city. My question is why. Here we go. Rob, you live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Do the Dallas Cowboys actually play in Dallas?
No, they never have. Their old stadium was in Irving.
They don't play in Dallas. Okay.
No.
Hey, Woody.
We don't want to go there.
Hey, Woody, you're close to a couple NFL teams. Do the Sheagles? Well, Sheagles actually do play on the outside.
Yeah. I'm talking about the Giants and the Jets. It should be called. It should be called Jersey.
Yeah.
Jersey.
I mean, you know, the Niners don't play in downtown San Fran. You know, the Rams aren't in LA. They're outside. I mean, Detroit doesn't even play in downtown Detroit. It's outside. So look at, and here's the other thing. 80% of the Bears fans that go to Bears games currently, guess where most of them reside? The northwest suburbs. So build the stadium in the damn northwest suburbs, own the stadium, and do what you want. I mean, I just wish they'd end the drama, and then it's a big, they could really build something special there. And it's something the whole city will benefit from.
It was funny how they were talking about, I think it was a couple months back, that they were just going to build another stadium in the parking lot. I'm like, come on, man.
I mean, look at it. I thought the video presentation they did. I don't know, Rob, did you see the video presentation they did for the Bears?
I didn't know that they did that. When you said that, I was like, man, I'm going to go look for that when you're done.
Yeah,
I want to see what
it was like.
I want to know what they proposed. I was just curious.
Well, actually, I can show you. I think the one we used to start this is actually Mike got the picture from the video.
Oh, there you go.
So Soldier Field is actually, you can see it in the right hand corner. That's
I love the
Soldier.
name. Mike the Bear Fan Stadium.
Yeah, stadium, right? Yeah, Mike the Bear Fan Stadium. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, good catch.
It's in a perfect spot.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I mean, awesome. But if you look at this drawing to the right, you can see the columns of Old Soldier Field. And in the video, what they did in the video is they're taking Soldier Field and they're going to gut it and turn it into a park. Just the part about Soldier Field that you have to keep is the facade, the pillar. So they're going to keep that, turn it into a public area, and then build a stadium. All the parking is going to be underground, so no more tailgating outside. Which we'd have to
really,
have
bro.
Yeah, I know.
You're killing the football experience, bro. That's just killing it.
So but yeah, go check out the video. It looks pretty cool.
If I live near there, I'm gonna fucking set up an area for right before the game, so you can come and tailgate before you go to the game. You can profit off of it. What the fuck? They're gonna underground parking, really?
Yeah. The only thing Lambeau Fields needs is I heard they have benches for seats up there.
Yeah, well, you get a stadium chair, bro. That's it.
Hey, Woody, they got rings though, man. They got rings.
You get ringworm up there. Yeah, I know that.
Bro.
Well, look at no.
Hey, look, the stadium chairs are nice, bro. They're nice and thick. You got support for your back. I don't know what more you need. Half the time you're standing anyway, man. If you're a Packer fan, we get up to cheer, bro. We cheer a lot.
Oh boy.
Dan, welcome to the show. Everyone, also, if you're not aware, Dan also hosts the new Huddle Network wrestling show. Dan, you want to tell folks about the wrestling show real quick?
Dan, acknowledge me.
Monday nights at 5:30 in the evening, have a wrestling show with me, Austin Lydell, Voshan Herbert, and Darren Ryan. Talk about the weekend review and any news that's going on.
So that's before you guys jump into Monday Night Raw, then, right? That's still a thing?
Yeah.
Monday Night Raw? Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. They may have changed the name by now. It's been
Dan,
20 years, the same show name.
Forever, yeah.
Dan, do you smell what I'm cooking?
Hey, Packer fans need to know two things. One, their role.
Yeah. Two.
What's that, bro? What is it, bro?
But there are some cool Packer fans. We wish
on,
they're
man.
Bear fans sometimes.
Yes.
Hey, so look at this season. We're going to do our way too early predictions. We've been talking about some of the morning show. I know John's like going around saying John Dorngood was Ken saying everyone you get 10 wins and you get 10 wins and you get 10 wins.
You did say that.
Because right now on paper, guys, to me, there's 4 10-win teams in this division. Right now, you've got the 2 leading candidates for Rookie of the Year. You've got the Defensive Rookie of the Year leading candidate, Verse, being up in Minnesota. Caleb is the odds-on favorite for Offensive Rookie of the Year in Chicago. I mean, we've got 3 teams that have good defense. One team that's going to have some defensive struggles to begin the year, but by the end of the year should be really good as they convert from 3-4 to 4-3, or other way around, from 4-3 to 3-4. Yeah, so I mean, Green Bay's defense is going to suffer the first half, but they should be better by but their offense is good. I mean, Matt LaFleur did a great job, phenomenal job of putting his team in good positions to complete passes, make good plays. So you've got 4 really solid teams in this division. It's hard not to pick 4 10-game winners in this division because they're all if we all split in the division, right? 6 of our 17 games in division. You're telling me that we can't win 7 out of 11 outside of this division? I think all 4 teams can. So,
well, if we had a quarterback, if we had a quarterback, we probably would. Go ahead.
I think this defense, not to get into it too much, but the defense is gonna win you games, a few games right there. And I say this is the same argument for Minnesota. These 2 rookie quarterbacks, if they can channel their inner Kyle Orton, their inner neckbeard, they will win a lot of games. With the weapons they have, they will win a lot of games just by being good game managers.
I picked Minnesota to get J.J. McCarthy too in the draft, but I thought they'd move up even further. I'm surprised they got him where they're at. And like I said, not to change the subject, the biggest surprise was Penix going to Atlanta, which threw off everybody. I don't care. Well, Minnesota, Atlanta saw in Penix. I'm like, dude, I know his injuries were years ago, but a neck injury? Come on. You got to be careful.
Well, Latu, who was the first defensive end off the board, also neck injury.
Yeah. I was shocked that they took him too over Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas was a little upset. You could see it in his face.
Yeah, he didn't want to be in Minnesota. He wanted somewhere else.
He wanted to be one off the board, and he was upset that he wasn't.
Yeah.
I still love. If you haven't seen the reel of Kevin Stefanski, though, when they told him, when Kwesi comes and says, we're getting him, he's like, who? Verse.
Huh?
What? I mean, it's one of the best videos to come out of the draft. Yeah, completely fun draft for sure. The Penix thing. Woo. So this is the wrap up of the Bears, though. Pick by pick. Obviously, we know Woody doesn't like our number one. He wanted
Nope. Jaden
another
Daniels.
quarterback. He wanted Daniels. So we'll
Gonna go one of two ways, Woody.
I
Don't
think
worry
we're all
about
in agreement. I think we're all in agreement that the number 9 pick was a good pick. Yes, any disagreement
No, that was a good
Nope.
pick.
on
That was a
9?
good pick.
Good pick. All right.
I mean, I thought you were
and
going
then,
to
of
trade
course,
him
the
back
second
and
round
get a
pick.
couple more. I was like, the Bears could get 4 first-rounders. I thought you was going to trade him
That's
back.
the old
Yeah,
Bears.
I know.
I really did, bro.
Throw that back up, Mike. Throw that back up, Mike, because I think this is the key factor. Our second round pick, in fact, was Montez Sweat.
Yeah, you got Montez Sweat. I know
Yep.
you wanted him. I know he was in your mocks, but you were like, I don't remember if you were getting him there or was it later?
No, you were talking about the other Sweat. Rob.
No, this
talking
is
about
Montez Sweat.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about the other Sweat. Our third round
Definitely
pick.
not
We took,
getting him in the second.
yeah, no doubt. We took Kieran, the local kid, offensive tackle. I think we were all, agree he's not going to be set the world on fire, but he could be good long term, some upside. Our fourth round pick became Keenan Allen. I don't think anyone would think that's a bad fourth round pickup.
Yeah, but he's old though. He's older.
He's old.
Coming off his best
He's older.
season.
Coming off his best.
It's like a Chris Winkie pick.
And then of course, and then in effect, we got 2 fifth-rounders, right? We got Ryan Bates in the trade from Buffalo, and then we trade back in, and this graphic doesn't have it, but we have our edge rusher. So,
Yep.
Real quick,
And you
Woody,
forgot about our stud punter.
and then I'm sorry, and we've got our punter in the third round too. So,
Yeah.
or the fourth round. So,
Fourth round, yeah.
overall, Woody, what would you say about the draft haul for the Bears this year?
I'd say, what do you want, grade wise?
Yeah, give a grade.
B minus.
Really great. B minus. All
Yep.
right, Rob, what would you give the Bears for?
I'll agree with that. A B minus. I mean, I honestly, that's what Poles did. Poles is. I thought he was a dumb fuck, but he's really not, bro. He really turned. I mean, honestly, man, to nail the fucking number 1 and the second, because look, bro, he came out and said, "I'm taking back the North and never giving it back."
That was a stupid fuck.
I'm still fucking waiting, bro. You shouldn't have started out like that. You know what I'm saying?
He never
You get
said
no respect.
when he was going to take it over.
And
Well,
of course,
what do you
John
do?
Dorn
Bro,
being the
yeah,
homer.
he meant the first fucking. Come on.
Yeah, he did. He
And
did.
of course, John Dorn being the biggest homer,
He got ahead of
homer that he is. Even if Dan, what's your grade? Because we're short on time. What's your grade, Dan?
A B.
A B. Okay,
Come on,
Mike,
Dan. You're supposed to agree with
Mike-
me, Dan.
Mike, what's your grade?
I'm going to say B plus. Thanks to the Carolina Panthers for Caleb Williams. Appreciate
Oh
it.
my God. Here we go. Here we go.
I'm
Here we go.
thinking Roma Dunze, so first 2 picks again this year, just like last year, starters. So
Yeah.
Oh, but here we
I'm gonna go the most homerish way possible. I'm gonna give an A minus, because Montez Sweat, dude. I'm sorry, if you just Montez with Rome, and if Caleb is what he thinks he is, that should almost be an A plus draft. But the Montez, the pieces that we had for picks like Montez, for me is just that and fixing our center position with a 5th round pick, whatever. I mean, and the punter thing is to me, I like the punter thing. I think I get what
Rob,
he's
just
cooking.
laugh, Rob. Rob, just laugh now.
So I'm gonna give it an A minus.
A weapon. I'm like, a weapon.
He's a weapon. He's a weapon. Fear the kicker.
Offensive weapon.
Fear and hey, just like we end on the morning show on that awful, horrendous, terrible take. We're out of here till tomorrow morning. We'll see you at 11:30 in the morning on all these channels. Everyone have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bear down.